Hello and welcome to another recap of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 19, Rules of Engagement. Before we dive right in, let me just grab a little glass of champagne. Oh look, I've decided to hell with worrying about my flailing arms knocking over the crystal champagne glass. Champagne should be appreciated in a nice glass. I agree with Dorit. I think that in this case, Dorit is correct. So this may end up flying onto the floor when I get excited about something, especially in light of what I'm about to bring up. That helps. Look, you know, I don't usually talk off topic and I don't usually talk about things that are going on now. I usually stick to the context of the shows I'm recapping. But we have to address the 500-pound jewel-encrusted Cartier elephant in the room, which is Erika Girardi. I'm not saying she's an elephant, I'm just saying that she's big and very sparkly and expensive. Well, the whole issue of Erika being expensive just took on a different meaning. I'm not going to go into all the details. If you haven't already heard, simply Google Tom Girardi. Don't even have to put in anything else and see what's been happening recently. Apparently, there is no money left, he claims, that he can access. So he's gone from at one point being worth over 200 million to, he says, having nothing that he can access. He has $15,000 in his office's operating account and a little bit of cash on hand here or there. This is because he has been running his firm deplorably for years. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to watch the movie Erin Brockovich again, which is one of my favorite movies. And I always love this idea of, they call it therapeutic jurisprudence, which is when an attorney heals people psychologically as well as financially. And if you know that movie, which I'm sure a lot of you do, those people lost family members because a Pacific Gas and Electric was basically making the land they lived on toxic, was poisoning their ground and their drinking water. And many people died. And the attorney who was meant to be Tom Girardi, who was played by Albert Finney in the movie, and his heroic, plucky paralegal, Erin Brockovich, who that person is not involved in any of this. She is not involved in any of this corruption. They were able to win an enormous case. I think it was $330 million, which, by the way, Tom Girardi would have taken 40% of because he works on contingency. So if you have a class action with poor clients, you don't have money to pay legal fees, you're a lawyer, you have to do all this hard work for them, you take a contingency. It could be 20%, could be 40%. I believe in this case he took the top percentage of contingency, which made him rich. And you'll remember in the end of the movie, they showed him giving Erin Brockovich a check for $1 million. She did more than $1 million of work on that case, but okay. Anyway, so this guy who I thought was kind of a hero, so when Erika came on the show, I didn't care about Erika, but I was like, oh, she's married to Tom Girardi. You know, my husband is a lawyer, I'm kind of a legal geek. So I thought, this is a guy who wins these incredible settlements for people who are damaged by toxic environments or toxic drugs. You know, he goes after the big drug company, big pharma. He goes after plane crashes. He deals with civil torts where people are killed because of some kind of negligence or malfeasance, which is a very heroic type of law to practice, except it seems as though, at least lately, for the last several years, he has been siphoning off some of that settlement money for his own lifestyle. And there is one particularly interesting, let's say, little chunk that he reached in and plucked out, which was $20 million, which went right to Erika Girardi's, Erika Jayne's company, her production company that pays for her travel and her glam squad, and suddenly they're in the middle of filming Beverly Hills right now. And the next season, I don't know how I'm gonna look at all of her stuff. She was wearing thin. She was on my last nerve last season, and I wonder if she had some hints that this was coming. I want to believe that she knew nothing about this, and that as soon as she found out, she filed for divorce, which, by the way, she did a month ago. She filed for divorce, and I want to believe that she didn't know. But I don't know. I just don't know. It's not for me to say. But it is a really, it makes me say again, it sounds dramatic, but sometimes you want to say, you know, is there no shame left? He literally took millions of dollars away from the families of victims of the Lion Air plane crash in Indonesia, as well as the families of several women who were killed by hormone replacement therapy for senior women who developed cancer as a result of this hormone replacement therapy, which is no longer on the market. So, you know, there's the glam, and it's expensive to be me, and all those things, and then there's the money that goes to pay for it, and too often, great wealth. Not everyone is Bill Gates. Not everyone is out there giving half of their money to, you know, cure disease in the world. Bill Gates probably isn't even Bill Gates. I'm sure he does a thing or two. With great wealth seems to come great, I don't know, something. But again, I'm going to say, you know, have you no shame, Tom Girardi? I don't care if you're 81 years old and you're going to become a joke and you're going to lose everything. And yes, I know this has not all been, you know, 100% sealed in the court system, but it's pretty clear that these things have happened. And it's probably going to end in bankruptcy, and I don't think that Erika Jane is going to get much in the way of spousal support. And as for a chunk of his assets, because she does not have a prenuptial agreement, he likes to roll the dice, he said. She's his third wife, and he never believed in prenups. So if he had still possessed over $200 million, she'd have half of that, plus spousal support. Now I believe he has nothing, unless he's lying and it's in Switzerland and he skips the country. It's going to end in bankruptcy and Erika Jane living off of her residuals from Painkiller and It's Expensive to Be Me, maybe doing some shows in some nightclubs in West Hollywood, and whatever, you know, relatively small, the pittance compared to the lifestyle she's been leading that she gets from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Look, I can't take any pleasure in her situation because I really believe we don't know if she knew what was going on or not. You know, a woman who believes that her husband has hundreds of millions of dollars, or at least millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you have these jets and you have this mansion in Pasadena and you have all these, you know, trappings of wealth, she probably just moved right up into it and saw it as normal. But if she did know, I don't know if we would ever find that out, but if we did find out that she knew, I don't like the word cancel, but I'm just saying. Okay, on with Potomac. I just thought that I could not possibly not speak about that. And again, you can find out so much more. All you have to do, just if you Google, if you go in the search box and put Tom G.I. or just Tom G, Tom Girardi is going to come up, and a million articles. The best ones are in the LA Times. Look for the ones in the LA Times. It's a mess, folks, and this is all going to be reflected in the current season. They're filming right now. They're not going to be able to whitewash this or bypass it. So the next season, even if it started out boring, is going to be real interesting, and I'll be there for it. So why don't you be there with me? By the way, why don't you subscribe? Subscribe, ring the bell. I'll send you notification when I make new uploads. You can like, you can comment, and you know I'll always comment back. If you are a new subscriber, please do Give me your name so I can thank you personally. All right, so we are back to Potomac. And you know, after all this, I was kind of going back and forth between writing the script for this recap and capturing, screen grabbing the photos from the show and reading all these articles that were coming in nonstop about Tom Girardi and Erika Girardi. This would ordinarily, this episode of Potomac would be, oh God, it'd be a big hot mess. It'd be very exciting, but the Girardi situation has eclipsed everything else. All right, season 5, episode 19, Rules of Engagement. Robyn is planning her annual holiday party with Juan. I think you can guess by now that Monique was not invited. Oh, this champagne is so good. Oh. 'Tis the season. It's always the season for me. I don't drink a lot, but I like to drink well, let's say. Okay. Juan is getting ready to propose at the party. He has the ring, so we know that's coming. Monique goes to her therapist. Oh, Monique. You know, yeah, she says that she's really stressed from everything, and she actually says, you know, I'm stressed, and not just because of the suit against me, but having to do the suit against Candace was so stressful. All right, the women have written me off. I feel isolated. She's so defensive, and the therapist just says, why do you think you are so defensive? And she brings up again being bullied. First, her and her sister were the only black girls in a white school, and they were bullied. Then they went to a black school where they were bullied for being too white. They acted and spoke too white in the black school. So pretty much the whole way through school, she said she was bullied, and she became very defensive. The therapist says she should write a letter to Candace, that might be very helpful for both of them. Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath waiting for that to happen. She is asked, are you remorseful? And she says, I am remorseful for my actions, but I'm not sorry I defended myself when I needed to. Okay, this is problematic, but again, let's recognize here that now we know a little bit more. We know that a glass was tossed, thrown, you know, whether it was meant to break in bloody glass shards all over her face or just a kind of a reaction where you kind of mean to like throw water in someone's face, which is like a slap in the face, which is not good and is very nasty. But still, whether, you know, Candace just lost her temper and just wanted to fling something in her face. Maybe she wanted to fling the champagne and the glass went with it. I'm not making excuses for Candace. You know I'm not a Candace fan, don't you? If you've been watching this show, you know I'm not a Candace fan. But anyway, this was a mutual fight. This was not, Monique went way too far and became extremely physical, and there's no excuse for that. And she became violent. No excuses, okay, for that, definitely. But she's not going to take any accountability. Just don't hold your breath. She's not going to take any accountability. She's not going to change. She's a very tough chick. She's kind of made of steel. And I think that when she sets her mind a certain way, it's going to stay that way. Which can be a good quality and a bad quality, depending. But she's a great bird mother to T'Challa. And she's a great mother to her kids. Okay. Right. Ashley thinks everything is so much better between Michael after she had her family over and they talked, and he's, you know, apologized for his behavior and said he wasn't going to act like that again, basically in shorthand. I'm clipping it very short. Yeah, don't get too excited, Ashley. She talks to Michael about the wig shift party and what went on there. It comes up to Juan proposing to Robyn probably at this upcoming Christmas party, and Michael's like, oh, I don't think that's gonna happen. Like he knows something. What? Okay. Yeah, he really wants to think that he and Juan have a special relationship. Let's not even go there right now. All right, Candace and her mother go to the nail salon. Candace is in a funk after the wig party. She's so disappointed in Karen. No, you're not. You're not that heartbroken over Karen. It's like, I looked up to her so much. I saw her as a mother figure. Really? Maybe you're a bad judge of character. I mean, there are things about Karen that I like, but she is no one's mother figure. I mean, I'm not saying she isn't a good mom to her own kids, but don't go looking for a mother figure there. That's just bad judgment. You know, she says that, Candace says that her mom has been really good to her during the whole mess with Monique. That's nice. Okay, that's a nice little moment of peace between mother and daughter there, because they have a rocky relationship, as we know. Wow, all the things, all the smack I talked about, la apostrophe dame, unnecessary apostrophe, doesn't make any sense, doesn't exist in French that way. La Dame Perfume is going on HSN. She's going to appear on HSN to hawk her La Dame fragrance. I am surprised, really surprised. I'm happy for her. I think she needs to make some money, you know, on her own. So, yeah. Oh, and she's claiming that she bent over backwards to prevent Candace and Monique from bumping into each other at the wig shift party. Really? Then why did you tell Monique to come at the last minute right before the party was starting, and then tell Candace to come right before the party was starting? Isn't that pretty much telling both of them to come at the same time so that they would bounce into each other and it would cause a big mess and be all over social media and promote your wig doctor, La Dame wigs, whatever the hell that's going to be? Bullshit. This is bullshit. Okay. Now Robyn and Juan go to therapy, lots of therapy. We know about their past. We know that her parents sort of adopted Juan because his parents had just died. Interestingly, just want to mention later on, we see at their Christmas party, Juan's biological dad is there. So I guess he has, I forgot about that, he has that relationship with his biological dad, but the, I guess the stepdad, he considered his father. The stepdad who died around the time his mother died, or at the same time his mother died. I forget if it was an accident or if they just got sick back to back. But anyway, he basically lost both his parents because he considered that stepdad to be his true father. But he does have a relationship with his biological father, which is good. Okay. Robyn says, though, however, during her pregnancies, Juan was not present. At that time, he was really, you know, his basketball career was at its peak. He was gone all the time. He wasn't really involved, and not just the pregnancies, but when the kids were little. And Juan is very honest. He says, look, we had a lot of problems. Juan was lonely when he was playing ball, so he started cheating. For him, cheating was romance and affection. It wasn't just about physical contact. Okay, whatever. So I would get emotionally involved. It wasn't just sex, I guess. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Robyn stood by him when he lost everything and they hit rock bottom. He says, Robyn stood by me when I hit rock bottom. That doesn't sound like romantic love. That sounds like gratitude, which I guess is a type of love, but I'm not sure if that would be the kind of love that would stop you from cheating again, if you have that propensity, which Juan definitely does. I hope that is not the case. You know I'm rooting for this. But I'm not stupid either. I realize there is a chance that this could happen. All right. Oh God. Okay, time for the Christmas party. There's going to be a whole lot of Jiffy Pop dresses. There's going to be a whole lot of aluminum foil. Aluminum foil couture at this Christmas party. Okay. Cute. Actually, Robyn's getting ready to go out and her son is worried about her cleavage. He's kind of looking at her like, is this, you know, necessary? Cute. Looking out for his mom. He doesn't want people to look at her that way. And she looks really pretty, by the way, in a red dress. She is not wearing tinfoil. Yay. She's not wearing silver or sequins. Yay. The dress is a little sparkly, but it's fine. Sparkly dark red, so it's fine. Oh God, Candace is singing at the party. I'm gonna be sick. She's gonna sing that damn remix. Oh, Candace just annoys the crap out of me. It's getting worse and worse and worse. She's worried about seeing Karen there, but she wants to talk to her. What, to tell her how disappointed you are that she didn't come through as a mother figure? Candace. Okay, she does want to talk to her mostly, though, about the whole Candace-Monique timing thing at the wig shift party. Why did you want to throw me under the bus like that and have me have to see someone who triggers me that much? Okay. Jamal is not there with Giselle. He has to be in the pulpit the next morning, and Giselle is not letting us down. She's got those Jiffy Pop pants on, and the popcorn spilling out the top of the Jiffy Pop, which is the white ruffly top. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's classic Giselle. Ashley comes with a really weird dress and a statement ponytail, long ponytail. She looks cute with the ponytail. The dress is hideous. It's got a beaded top, which if you're looking at her, she's being filmed from the waist up, lovely. Then from kind of like the belly button down to the upper thighs, it's this chubby bag of feathers. It's not flattering, and you know Ashley has a great body. It's just not flattering. It's weird. She looks like a bird that was hit by a car, but the lower part of her was hit by a car, and the upper part is still pretty. I'm sorry, the bird didn't die. The bird did not die, okay? I don't want to tell a sad story. The bird is fine. The bird flew away, but it was just a little bit, you know, kind of messed up from, the feathers were a little bit messed up and had to kind of regrow. What am I doing? Excuse me. Michael just comes in, right in, just acting like an asshole to everybody. Just, I don't know what's wrong with him. Well, I do. He's Michael. Just fundamentally. His fundamental problem is fundamentally he is Michael Darby. He's an asshole. Okay, Karen's flight is delayed, so they don't think that she's going to show up. They're all like, oh, she just wants to avoid the conversation of having to explain the Monique and Candace possibly seeing each other situation at the wig shift. Wendy and Eddie arrives. They're an attractive couple. I do not like her white furry hat. Even the Chanel pin cannot save that hat. Michael meets Eddie for the first time. And makes some comment about him being a very attractive man, but I'm not gay. What, something. It just, Michael, he just does himself no favors. He should definitely never touch alcohol in the presence of other people, other than his close friends and family. Maybe not at all. Okay. Robyn brings up Karen's weird dig at her about Juan at the wig shift, saying something like, you know, well, maybe you should worry about, you know, what your husband's saying when you're not around, or whatever it was, you know, just kind of like, okay. Oh God, yeah, Michael's really, he says he's not going to drink hard liquor, but he's hitting the beer, hitting the Corona so far. Ashley is stirring shit with Giselle about Michael's alleged dirt on Juan. She's like, you know, Michael seems to think that he knows some reason why Juan is not going to propose to Robyn. So Giselle's like, well, let's just, you know, Giselle being Giselle is like, well, let's just drag his butt over here and ask him what this is about, because he can't bring that up and then not tell you. If he has dirt like that, he can't just hint at it and then, you know, not say a word. Okay. Michael says that he talks to Juan, and Juan just does not want to commit, and Michael just happens to know that for a fact. Again, intimating that there's this kind of special close relationship between Michael and Juan. I think Juan just kind of tolerates him, but Michael thinks, he's my guy, he's my best friend. Okay, now Michael admits privately to Ashley, there's more. There's much more than just the fact that he doesn't want to commit. But I can't say, I can't speak, I mustn't speak. Okay. Oh God, here comes messy Charisse with her ethnically indeterminate boyfriend. Is he Greek? Is he Arab? Is he of African descent? Is it a mix? I don't know, but he's very exotic looking. Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Folks, Candace is gonna sing. And it's in a non-professional setting. It's not in a music studio. She's going to sing at the party. Okay. her remix of I See You, like the original I See You was such a big hit. This is the remix. Okay. All right, the sound system is all effed up. So she starts out having to sing a cappella, and it does not sound good, but that's not her fault. It's impossible to sing a cappella suddenly in the middle of a party. Oh, that would be my worst nightmare. Well, depending on the song. No, it wouldn't be my worst nightmare. No. Anyway. Okay, so suddenly the music comes on full, and we hear all the producer assist she receives in the song. But look, it's not like she's using, it's not auto-tune, it's just, you know, production assist to make her voice sound better, and, you know, playing with the levels, and that's normal. Everyone does that. Everyone does that. Okay. Okay, now comes Robyn and Juan's big moment. Oh, it's really sweet. She's overcome. She's literally overcome. Like, she can't catch her breath. It's cute. And it doesn't look fake. It looks real. I love her reaction because it does look real to me. Yeah. Now Giselle mentions that she thinks Michael was just maybe a little jelly because he likes Michael too much. I don't know. Ashley is worried that Michael is now shooting tequila. I guess he's had his heart broken now that Juan is going to be a married man again. I don't know. Allegedly, I'm just throwing. Okay, Michael is so skeevy, and now he's drinking tequila, so he's just getting weird. He's creepy, and he's obsessed with Juan. He's like, oh, we're going to be there at the bachelor party, right? It's going to be awesome. Yeah, strippers. Yeah, because I love women. I love boobies. I don't like men. I like women. So fake. So funny. Oh, here comes Karen and Ray. Karen, prepare to be ambushed as she walks in. Karen says, you're all forgiven. Here comes the storm. Okay, shorthand. Everyone confronts her with the Monique and Candace timing thing. Why did you do that? You're trying to stage them, getting them together and causing a scene. What's going on? Karen defends herself with lies. Lies, lies, lies. Okay. Drunk Michael is now semi-hitting on Eddie. His true love seems to possibly be taken from him, so he's moving on to someone else who's the second most handsome man in the room. He says something like that. And again, I love the way he's hitting on Eddie, but saying, I'm not gay. I'm totally not gay. Totally not gay. What? What? You thought I was gay? Never. Okay, clutch the pearls. Sorry, that's a stereotype. That is a gay stereotype. I just love thinking of in terms of Michael because he's so fake. All right, now Karen is defending Monique, and Ashley is defending Monique, and Candace just loses her shit. She goes completely crazy, and, you know, she's like, how can you defend her? Michael goes over to Candace's Chris, and says, you better control your wife. You know, Candace, you better control Candace. Nobody can control Candace. Now Michael and Chris blow up at each other. Okay, let me tell you now exactly what happens between Michael and Chris, because we see it in slow motion on the Bravo cam. They don't this time play games like with Winegate at the winery when, you know, the glass of white wine thrown and Monique slamming, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, Monique slamming Candace's head on the table. This time we see absolutely 100% upfront what happened. Chris gently puts his hand on Michael's chest and urges him back, like, you're too close and you're yelling at me and you need to get the fuck out of here. That's what he says, get the fuck out of here. He pushes on his chest. And Michael says, Chris hit me, he hit me, he pushed me. He changed. First it was he hit me, then it became he pushed me, like he shoved me. He went literally like, you need to get the fuck out of here, like that. So Michael's just crazy, he's lying, and now there's going to be another useless lawsuit to tie up the court system. Michael starts screaming, I'm going to file a suit, I'm going to file a suit, you're going to jail, you're going to jail. Juan has had enough. Security escorts Chris from the club. I guess he decides to take the word that Chris did somehow touch him, even though it was bullshit. Chris very gently pushed Michael. But anyway, he is escorted from the club. And all right, now we come to the final closing shots of our cast members. Let's go through them together, shall we? Karen and Ray are still working on their marriage. Karen isn't willing to work less or say those 3 words Ray longs to hear. Move to Florida. I guess, okay. Candace is closing. Candace is moving forward with her life. She and Chris plan to start baby making in the fall. She wants to avoid having an Aquarius baby because they're crazy. Her mother is an Aquarius. Okay, that says nothing about the season. Whatever. Robyn's closing. Robyn and Juan plan to build a new home in the DMV area, that's DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and to eventually have an island destination wedding. Juan hasn't mentioned if Michael Darby will be invited to the bachelor party. Wendy's closing. Wendy continues to expand her political commentary career, speaking up for justice on cable news. Her mother is very proud of her, but still wants her daughter to remain a professor for bragging rights. Okay, well, I mean, look, they threw Wendy on the show, who in theory should have been an interesting character, but then she didn't have much of a storyline. So at least this is covering what was her storyline, is telling her mother that she wasn't going to be teaching at Johns Hopkins anymore, which, okay, yawn. Anyway, we'll have to see. We'll have to, it's her first season. We'll have to see, give her another season. But yeah, she's just got kind of a nice family. She's got a great husband, kids, interesting life. She's spicy. She's got a temper. But I don't know if she can bring enough drama for this show. Her drama, when it does come up, seems fake. Like, what? Like, she'll be outraged on behalf of someone else. Like, how dare you do that to Candace? Or how dare you say this about this person? Or Karen, how dare you? It feels forced. Because I don't think she has enough drama coming from inside. Coming from inside of Wendy. Who is Wendy? We need to know. All right, Giselle's closing. Giselle and Jamal's daughters are finally more accepting of their relationship. The couple does not plan on moving in together anytime soon. Jamal still lives in the phone. Yeah, I wouldn't bet a lot of money on those two getting remarried. Okay. But I would bet a whole bunch of money on him still, let's put it in an elegant way, sowing his wild oats. Okay. Being a man whore. Michael tells Ashley to take her mic off, and he takes his mic off as well, and they storm into the production area, and they're not supposed to be. That's a big no-no. They go into the production area, but this is all breaking the fourth wall now. Bravo, 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 talking to the producers, seeing the directors. It's all ruined now. I mean, this is going to be a regular thing from now on in Bravo world. He is completely acting crazy. He says the security guards are touching him. The security guard is touching me all over. That's disgusting. Like, they're molesting him. You wish. Ashley tells Michael to F off. And then we have we go from that to the fakest closing ever. I'm sure this really happened, but the whole thing is the fakest situation ever. Ashley's closing. The following day, Ashley and Michael went on a family vacation to the Bahamas. The couple's now pregnant with baby number 2. They say their relationship is stronger than ever. What a load of crap. The what a load of crap is not in the final. But it's my finale for Michael and Ashley. What a load of crap. Okay. Now there's a little interview with Monique about the case. The court looked at the footage and they decided there was no attack. It was mutually, she says, consented. It was a mutually consensual fight. They both dropped charges. Basically, they had to because there wasn't an aggressor. So it can't be an assault. It's just a fight. They could be charged with disorderly conduct in public, but they didn't do that. Okay. Monique is still somehow really proud and sees herself as the victor here, which is weird. And then she bursts out laughing, which is just kind of creepy. She's laughing at the whole thing. Monique's closing. Monique has still not spoken to Candace. But she did write a song inspired by their incident called Drag Queens. She's also publishing a potty training book. No word on if a pet edition is in the works. Oh, these closings suck. Okay, Candace is so mad. She was betrayed by Karen. This is kind of the closing scene. She can't believe that she trusted Karen, that she looked up to her. What happened? And then we close out the season with the last folded tissue, with the last of Candace's folded tissues for the season. And I know we still have the reunion, but there has yet to be one tear sliding down or even threatening to spill out of Candace's eyes, because she's the fakest crier in the world. Appropriate ending to the season. The reunion looks spicy. I'll get back to you on that. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, please remember to subscribe, like, comment. Love to hear from you guys. And I want you to be careful and be good, but not too good. Take care. Love you. Bye.